All righty. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, the 17th. This month is flying by. I feel like every time I blink, it's like the next week and the next week and the next week's just coming so fast. I mean, sooner or later. I mean, it's gonna be 2019, and it's just it's crazy. But like I always say, congratulations to every single one of you for making this an important part of your Saturday. It's a priority, and I appreciate the fact that this is a priority for you. And that we all do this together because it does help us every week to week. I mean, it helps us, stay in contact, stay in touch. And I'm glad that you guys are all a part of this. So we got another person. Hi, Renee. So let's see. Let's go over this book. So how many of you really have read it? Kathy's going to show her eaten up book. She has an eaten up book from her dog. This book to me, I mean, this girl's great. I love how she writes. I feel this connection. I feel this just, it draws me to it. I just feel it. And I feel like there's a lot of people who need to read it, but, who wants to share what they got out of the last 4 chapters? Who would like to share a little bit of something before I do? Go ahead, Kathy, I'll unmute you. There you go.
She talks about how other people's kids are so much cleaner, better organized, and all that than her. And the way I mean, especially for people that don't have kids, I think what she's saying is that don't compare yourself to others. That, you're on your own journey, and if you compare yourself to others, you always feel bad about yourself. And that's not a good space to be in. So it's better to just see yourself in your own journey and doing your best.
Absolutely. And yeah, no, I exactly. I couldn't relate to having the kids, but I have babysat for so many families, and I see them all stressing out because the house isn't clean, or stressing out because the laundry's not done, or stressing out. And it's like, just, and like she said, just live in the chaos, be one with the chaos, just know that we have chaos. And I think that's the hardest part for us as people, is to just be okay with chaos, because we're told and we're raised to just always make everything perfect. And that's not the reality. So you're right. And that is why I think these kind of groups that we do, our personal development, especially Miriam, this is helping us to embrace the chaos. This is helping us to recognize that that's okay. We're going for something bigger. And so I think that's why these books are so relatable to all of us, because we're already in this, making ourselves a better version of ourselves through whatever means possible. So yeah, that was a good chapter. Anything else with that? Anything else that you talked about, Kathy?
No, that's it.
Okay. Anybody else want to share a little bit? Robin? Okay, I'll unmute you. Robin, go ahead.
The chapter 10, I should be further along by now. That one really spoke to me a lot, because I beat myself up a lot about that. And that was I'm going to go back and read that one a couple more times, because I always think that. And I try not to compare myself to other people, but it's hard not to. And I catch myself doing it sometimes. But I always beat myself up. You should be further along by now. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, and then of course, and that's what I like about the books that we're reading too, which is, I'm excited about the next one. I think it's a great segue to the next one, is we all, and like I say again, there's a lot of us who are spiritual. There's a lot of us Christianity, Catholic, whatever religion, whatever. We have our God, we have our spirit, we have our source, whatever it is for everybody. But we all have a journey that we don't even know about, because it's already put in place by that person. And so that's what's so huge, is that we already have that. It's already set up for us. We just don't know. And so by thinking, oh, I'm not far enough along, or like she said, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. She even says it. We are all put in our place where we're supposed to be. It's not supposed to happen at this time. If you think you're supposed to have that success right now, you're not supposed to have that success right now. And I can talk about it with my journey in Miriam. Way back, a few years ago, I was like, I need to be an NMD. I need to be an NMD. I wasn't ready to be an NMD. I was not ready to be an NMD. I didn't grow enough. I wasn't where I need to be. I'll be an NMD when the time is right, when it's supposed to be, because I'm going to still work hard. I'm going to do what I got to do. It's set up for my success for long term, but I just don't know when it's going to happen yet, but I'm not going to give up. And that's the part with everything in my life, you know, with family, with friends, with whatever. I know that I have this journey, and, you know, people say to me, how can you stay friends with ex-boyfriends? Because it just wasn't supposed to be. You know, it just wasn't supposed to be. So that's okay. Maybe they'll be in my life later. Maybe they won't. I don't know. And most of the time, they're always still my friends. And people look at me. I mean, one of my best friends, she's a mom to a guy I dated a long time ago, my friend Debbie, who you see me with all the time. And people were like, how do you know each other? Well, she was going to be my daughter-in-law. Well, it didn't work out, but guess what? We're like the best of friends, and that's how it was supposed to be. And so really just grasping that we're on this journey together, but you know what? We just got to keep pushing, because whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen, because the universe has it all planned out for us. And I love that and she says, you've got to be with people like us, like all of us, because imagine thinking like this and then talking to somebody who has no thought about that. They're going to say you're crazy. They're going to say you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. But because we're around like-minded individuals on the same journey, on the same path, it's incredible. And that's what's so amazing about what we have with Miriam, because we've all collectively come together, because that was supposed to happen. All of us are supposed to happen together. And that's why when you talk to people, and that's why we relate this to your life with Miriam and your business, is that when you're out there, you're meant to talk to certain people. Those people are meant to be in your business. Those people are meant to use your products. You don't know what it is, but that's why you can never not do it. So that I mean, it's huge. It's huge. It all comes together like that. So Michelle, I know you raised your hand, so let's go ahead and I'll unmute you. Go ahead.
Okay, actually, I was just practicing the raise my hand.
Oh.
But I did have something to say quickly, but it works out. Anyway, yeah, it is all about how it's meant to be. And as I read it, my Christianity is very private. So when I read somebody else in a book talking about it, I have trouble with that, but that's just my thing, because whatever I do is my own. But anyway, I went up to Edmonton, which is about 300 miles from here, or 300 kilometers from here, to see Amber Olson and Amber's husband. I always forget his name, but It was phenomenal. Thank you. It was phenomenal. But the ride home was just an act of God that I got here. The only way to get home in that snowstorm was to follow a big semi and follow his tail lights and hoped he didn't go off the road, because you couldn't see the road. It was a complete whiteout. You couldn't pull across to the side of the road because somebody would hit you. You wanted to pull into a small town, but you couldn't see the small towns. You had no idea. But anyway, so the 3-hour drive became 6 or 7 hours. But it's, you're here because you're meant to be here. You're here to do what you're supposed to do because you're allowed to do that. And every day is a blessing. And that's just all I take, and I look at it every day. So that's all. The book is, Rumai is just phenomenal. Great book. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I agree. Catherine, I saw your hand raised. I'll unmute you. Go ahead. Let's see. Hold on. You're not unmuting. Let's see. Maybe I'm unmuting, you're muting, and it's probably going back and forth. You unmute yourself, Catherine, because you raised your hand. There you go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Good morning.
So I was really, what really helped, or I should say what really spoke to me was embracing the chaos and asking for help. And when she talked about the butterfly effect, there's a section in chapter 11 where it says, if the caterpillar just chose to stay a caterpillar, if she decided that the chaos of metamorphosis would be too much for her to handle, then she would never know what she could become. Do you think that changing her entire being isn't painful? Do you think that it's not scary and hard and overwhelming? Of course it is. But if she didn't fight against the fear, if she didn't allow the change to turn her into her true self, she would never know her beautiful self she is, and she would never know that she was meant to fly.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh my gosh, the personal development that that we have all embraced, and it has been a tremendous asset to my life. And the the act of asking for help has been a challenge because I was raised not to ask for help. So it's all been an amazing gift, and that segment just really touched me. It really spoke to me.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, but it's true. And we just don't, if we don't try, we don't know. And there's so many women out there, not even women, there's men. There's just people out there that just don't try because they're too afraid. They're just too afraid. And I know we know people like that. I know we know people like that for sure. So thanks for sharing, Catherine. Anybody else? Ivana, I think you went to the bathroom to hide. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ivana. Let's unmute. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did just because they were like they were loud.
Yeah.
So there's just a few things. I'm just gonna keep it really short. That kind of reminded me. It's also what everybody just said today from embrace the chaos. I think when I was sick, I literally think I got sick, and I know I got sick. It's because I did not embrace chaos. So stress, your immune system goes down. But I learned how to do that, especially with work. Honestly, I used to enjoy my job. And the reason I stated it goes where I'm not, when you look at, hey, this is not where I want it to be at 40. I have 1 year and left till a year and a half left until retirement. And I'm literally thinking, how am I going to make it? How am I going to make it? I used to enjoy my job, but I don't anymore. It is hard. It is soul draining. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing. I can't leave because I'm in a contract, and also I have a year and a half until retirement. So I was telling my husband, and I'm E6, enlisted rank E6. I'm not like a senior NCO. I'm not in charge of anything. I'm not in a high position of, or an officer or anything like that. But that's not what I want. What I want is completely something different, but I feel like I'm stuck and I can't accomplish that. And I got to the point where I was telling my husband, it's easy for you. I'm 40 and this and this I wanted to accomplish, and I don't see that I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And he said, no, but you have time. I said, no, since he's younger, I'm like, you're 26, you have time. I don't have any more time. But that's all in our head because I look back what I have accomplished, and I've accomplished a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I really, really liked in the chapter is it's not true that we were not successful. It's not true that we are not successful. And just to look back and to see what we have already accomplished. So absolutely. It's a really good book. Really good book.
Yeah. And you're 14 years older than your husband? Go girl. Shoot. I just got that. I just got that. Okay. 14 years older. You do it. I'm right there. I'm ready for my 26-year-old Ivana. I'm ready for him.
See, it's not impossible.
Oh, that's funny. But no, it's true. And it was part of that book too, where it says, think of what you've accomplished. Cause I think the same way. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be 43. What have I done? And I try to think back. I mean, we all do it. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. We all do it. We all go, oh, I'm not where I want to be. Or, oh, I don't have X amount of dollars in my bank account. Or, oh, I don't have this, or I don't have that. Or, I look at it and it's like, okay, I don't have kids. Okay, I don't have, whatever. You think about everything. But then it's like, no, but look what I have accomplished. Look at what I've done. And you have to think about that. You have to always go back to that. And the only reason I go back to those things now and thinking about what I've done is because of the personal development. And it's because of Nerium. If I wasn't in Nerium and it wasn't, I don't know where I'd be, but I wouldn't be that positive minded. I wouldn't be like that. I wouldn't be thinking like that. And so we're just very blessed with that. And I agree. I know Sharon, you want to say something. One of the things in chapter 12 about needing to make myself smaller, It was kind of interesting because I'm actually glad my sister's not on here right now. When I was growing up, you know, I was the youngest, and I just remember always being told you could do better, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you're going to do, I was always positive talk, positive, my family, always, you're going to do this and this and this. And when I didn't do what they wanted me to do in my life, not that they verbalized it, but I felt like I let them down because of the things that they always wanted me to do. And they always want, you know, and when she talks about that, it's like, yeah, they wanted me to be married with kids, a white picket fence, a lot of money, you know, somebody to support me, well, that's not my journey. But, and they're not wrong in that. We all do that because we all want a certain thing for our children or for our families. And when it doesn't go that way, we think it's wrong, when it's not. It's just a different path. It's just a different journey. And I've had to tell my mom that over and over again. You know what? It's not that it's wrong. It's just different, and that's okay. My mom does not understand different. It's just wrong. And so I've always had to kind of tell her that. Even, with the smallest little thing of cooking. Well, no, it's supposed to be cilantro, not parsley. Okay, well, it doesn't mean, people do it differently. So it's cool how she's bringing all that, because it's going to help so many people. And I think I think we need to post about the book. I think we need to share with people that we, help other people out. Like, this is not just about Nerium. This is also for you to be able to say, hey, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've read this. You all have to read this. All the women in your life have to read this. Like, this is just something that really needs to get out there. So, okay, Sharon, your turn. Got it, Yana.
Okay. All right. So, I've shared this before, that I've dealt with, what do other people think? I worry about what other people think. Growing up with a Japanese mother, it was always what do your neighbors think about you? Or what do you don't want to do that because they're going to think badly about you. I was raised that way, and it's still embedded in my brain even after all these years. But then reading chapter 14, and when Rachel says, as an artist or a creator, you have to decide. You have to choose a path or live the rest of your life slowly killing your ability to do great work for fear of what others will think. You have to decide that you care more about creating your magic and pushing it out into the world than you do about how it will be received. And so that just really sang to me and told me, okay, enough is enough. Just like she said, forget the chaos, forget everything. Enough is enough. It's time that I just think about me and what I think it should be like, other than what other people should think. And like you said, our God, our creator, whoever has already planned out our journey for us. And so he's been speaking to me, and he's been telling me that this is my journey that I need to follow. So I need to follow it and quit fighting it and quit thinking what other people think about it.
Yep, absolutely. I agree. And you're next, Pat. And yeah, I agree. And it's funny because, I'm just giving my little pieces because, like, my brother and sister-in-law are so not in, like, they have no clue about Nerium. They have no clue about what I do. They have no clue, but then they come and visit me in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, and they don't question, how can she just be home? Like, they don't think about it. It's hilarious. And so he was over the other day. He stayed a couple nights, and they just don't think. And so my brother was like, do you have any, like, stuff to wash my face? And I'm like, let me see, I may have something. Let me see what I have for you. And I'm like, here, try this. And I gave him the face wash, and he's like, what do I do with this? Put dry. And he's like, this is thick. I'm like, just use it. Now put water, just do it. And so I just let him be. And the next night when he went to bed, he's like, where's that face wash stuff? Can I have that face wash stuff? But I just laughed because it's like, if I cared what they thought, or if I cared what they, I wouldn't keep going. Like, when he said, do you have face stuff? No, I don't know. You may have to go to the store. Like, come on. It just makes me laugh, because if I cared what they thought about what I do, or even like, I would be stuck. I'm not going to allow them to get stuck. And guess what? His birthday's Saturday. Guess what he's getting? Face wash. So anyways, that's what I'm putting down. wrapping that sucker up with bows and glitter. Here you go. Here's some face wash for you. And his wife, oh heck, she won't touch it. Oh no, I've got my natural stuff. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so I hear you, Sharon. Okay, Pat, your turn. Let me see. I'll unmute you. I got it. Go ahead.
Okay, great. I do. I was late in getting my book, but I've caught up on all the chapters up to, I think someone went one over.
Sharon went over. We're supposed to stop at 13.
Yeah, so I did read
Okay.
it, but I wanted to go further, but I said I'll hold off. But anyway, I've really been blessed by this book, and it is our life in Miriam, my life, in that I like the fellowship. You know, I like the camaraderie. I like that we have people who are focused on the same things that we are. I too have run into, well, you're already retired. Why do you want to do something else? And it's like, okay, I'm retired, so now my life stops. You know, I can't do something else and start a second career. You know, something that I enjoy is on my own time. No, I'm not going to compare myself to others. I have done that, and I have been one of those who was not. I didn't ask for as much help as I should have, but thinking that I would be bothering people, or because in corporate America, the line stopped with me. That's where the buck stopped. And I was supposed to know and to do and be able to accomplish these things. But that's not how Miriam is built. If you look at the 10 core, you know, and I look at that and it says to be here a year. But Jeff says, what if it takes you 10 years to become NMD? You know, so like you, I know that you will, because you are doing everything on the right path. You're going to make it. You really are. And I love your inspiration, and that you are bringing us with you. You know, that you're not leaving us alone. And I'm just really grateful, because I know that God does have a plan for us, and that my work in life is not done. I'm going to help other people also as I help myself on this journey. And I'm just grateful to all of you.
Thanks. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Patricia. We're all going to be on this together, and thank you for those nice words. Yeah, I know that I can't do this by myself, so I'm not going to even attempt to do this by myself. It is definitely something we all have to do together, and we're very blessed. We're very blessed. So thanks for sharing. If anybody has to go before we take a picture, let me know. We'll take a picture. But I do want. Okay, so now we're going to read. We're going to read 13. We're starting at 13, Sharon. It's okay. We have 2 weeks left. So the next 4 chapters, so 13, 14, 15, and 16, and then we'll do the rest of the book. So we'll start just, so we'll end on December 1st, huh? Yes?
You told us to read through 13 already.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't read through 13. So never mind, let me go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to read 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't read 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. And then we'll be done by December 1st, and we'll be able to start the Happy Pocket Full of Money. So if you don't have Happy Pocket Full of Money, get that book. Order now. We have 2 weeks. So it's Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's not on Audible. I've tried to get it on Audible. It's not on Audible unless it is now. But it is I recommend you buy the hardcover so you can highlight, because this is a book you want to highlight. This is the book we want to go into 2019 with, because I'm telling you, this is an incredible book to jumpstart us for 2019. I've already read it once. I can't wait to read it again because I need that refresher. But even if you've read it once, read it again. Has anybody read it before? No? Oh, good. Yes. Oh, she did. Catherine raised her hand. She did. That's okay. We needed a second time.
No, I haven't read it, but who's it by?
It's some funky name. It's some Indian name. I don't have it in front of me, but it's called I'll post it. Oh, she's got it. Okay, I'll post it on the 20 thing too.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. And Amazon has it. I do know that. All right. So what I want us to relate this book to our business for this week. Going into Thanksgiving, you're going to be coming in contact with a lot of friends, a lot of family, different people. You're going to come in contact with people at the grocery store, and not necessarily are you attacking them. Oh, there it is. Happy Pop. Who's the author? It's hard to read. There it is. David Garandi. Gikandi. Well, I'll post it. Thank you, Kathy. Not necessarily are we going to always jump down people's throats about Nerium, because sometimes people do that, and I don't think that's the right way to share Nerium. But I think it's just being us, our culture. And yesterday I went to the store and I smiled at a lot of people, and it was incredible, because sometimes you go to the store where there's so many people and they're all grouchy, and I was smiling and I was having a good time and I was having conversations with people. And then when I was leaving, this gentleman took my cart and I go, "Oh, thank you so much." Like, that doesn't happen very often anymore. And so I was just trying to provide that positivity around me. And so that's what I'm saying when we do throughout this week. And that positivity, we'll come back to, like, yesterday I stopped somewhere and the gentleman next to me, "So what do you do?" And I explained to him. He's like, "Oh, I need something for my brain," because I had my EHT shirt on. I gave him a card. I gave another sample. I got a customer out of left field the other day. So it's like those things, like along the lines with the book, the universe will put that stuff in our path. We just need to keep going. You need to keep sharing. You keep being you. You need to keep being that positivity that the world needs. You need to keep smiling. I don't care if, somebody ran over your toe. There was a reason for somebody to run over your toe. You don't know what it is, but you know what? You keep moving. And I really think that there's 9 of us right now, with us doing that, it will have that ripple effect on other people in our life. So really just continuing that and going forward with just all of it that Nerium offers. Your customers will start coming. But then again, putting in the business part, making sure, I want you to inspect what you expect. I want you guys to take, when we hang up today, I want you to take 10 minutes. I want you to sit there and I want you to ask yourself, did I do everything in my Nerium business that I could have done last week? And we probably will say no. So I want you to say, what could I have done differently in this next week? And write it down. Just write down what you could have done differently. Maybe contacted a couple more people, did your Nerium read your, whatever it is, but really inspect what you expect and see what happens with that. And do that on a consistent basis for yourself, because you're the only one who knows what you did and didn't do, but you also are the one who knows based on what kind of check you get on Wednesday, based on what check you get on the 15th, based on what your back office looks like. So really inspect that for yourself. And even if you're not where you want to be, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong or, if there's anything negative about it. You just know you have opportunity to do more. And that's really what it is. You have opportunity to do more with the people that are around you. I sit I'm at the house a lot, or I'm with my parents or whatever, but when I'm out, I make sure that I am out. I make sure that I am meeting people. I'm making sure that I'm making an impact, because it's about making that impact regardless of what it is. And then I get my exposures just out of left field. So really, really, I really encourage you to do that, because this, just like the book says, we're on this universe path. And if we just stay in our little bubble, the universe and the source and the people, the person, God and, he wants to give us everything. But like that one chapter where the guy was drowning and he was like, "Nope, God's going to come save me. God's going to come save me." And the boat went by 3 times. And when he died, he goes, "Why didn't you save me?" "Well, I sent you 3 life rafts and you said no to every single one of them." So just remember, you got a boat coming by every second. There's a boat every second coming by you. And if you say, "Oh, I'm going to do this, or my business is going to happen, I'm going to find that one person," and that person comes by and you let them go, "I'm going to find that one person," that person comes by and you let them go. They're in your path for a reason. Don't let them go. I'm telling you, you'll be so surprised at what comes out of it. And just remember that they're all put in your path for a certain reason and a time. And it may be Nerium related. It may be just life related. It just may be your family, whatever it is. People come into your life for a reason, and don't let them pass you by. Don't let that boat leave. And it's true. It's just the truth. So anybody else have anything to share before we take our picture and head out? No. Terry, you're quiet. What are you doing, Terry? She's
watching you. Do I need to perform?
No, I don't want to see you perform, Terry. You have anything to
Uh-oh.
add?
Stop it.
Ah,
Woo-wee.
do you have any input or anything to add, Miss Terry?
Oh, no, you don't want to hear my input right now. I'm
Oh.
behind.
You're behind. That's
I'm way
okay.
behind. Oh, no,
That's
it's
okay.
terrible.
But see, you have your journey too. You have your family. You've got all these juggling. You were just in Canada, and you're making it work.
Yeah, I am.
See. Okay, Catherine raised her hand. Go ahead, Catherine.
So I always believe, and this is.
Hang on, Catherine. We can't hear you very well. Can you get a little closer to your speaker?
Is that better?
It's muffled. I don't. Is it just me, or are you guys muffled? It's muffled.
Sorry. So just to relate to what you just said about people coming to your path for a reason, I'm a true believer of things happen for a reason. But when you just said people happen, they come into your path for a reason, that just really hit home to me because I think we pass over people just for no reason at all, just not really thinking much of it at the time. But I think that is really gonna connect the dots for me at this moment because I come across people all, like everybody else, and you don't really think that that's for a reason. And so I appreciate your comment on that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, it's funny because I'm telling you, if you look at my list of customers and you look at the list of people who've been in my business, or just my customers in general, if I went down the list and told you how I met them, bartender, waitress, person in the grocery store, walking down the street, it's ironic how 90% of them are people that just crossed my path. These aren't even people who I know that were in my life. I'm telling you, if you looked at my list, okay, before Nerium, well, I've always had a lot of friends, but before Nerium, I had a lot of friends. My brother and sister always made fun of me. Man, Monique, where'd you meet this person? I have friends random, everywhere. But I had a group of people that were my friend, and I say were my friends that I would hang out with all the time. These are my friends. None of them, well, maybe one or two. They don't use my products. They're like my brother. Do you have face wash? They have no clue, but that's okay. And some of them I don't talk to anymore because I don't want to. I don't need those people in my life anymore. But it's just kind of funny because now the group of people, I have this one friend, Lindsay, and if you guys ever meet her, you may have seen her, but she's so funny. She'll ask you, where'd you meet Monique? Did you meet her on a street corner? Did you meet her at Starbucks? Did you meet, because Monique talks to everybody, Monique's friends are from all over, you just never know where Monique's getting. She usually went on a hike and she met some random person on a mountain where there's only one person. She will make fun of me that way because she's like, yeah, because I told her a story about a couch. I sold my couch. I moved here and I made this friend. She goes, of course you did. Of course you made a friend who sold your couch. And it's just true. And it's because these people just come in your path and just don't blink because they're there. They're there. So, okay. Thanks for Catherine. Okay, let me take a picture. This is going to be a good one. I have the book, the computer, and my dogs. All right. Oh, and you can't see me if I do that. Let's see. We'll do it that way. Okay. Oh, my arm. Okay, smile. Let's see if I got it. Terry looks the best, by the way.
I look
okay.
perfect, don't I?
You look perfect, spot on.
At least my eyes aren't closed.
At least they're not closed.
You can't tell.
Right? That's the idea.
Oh, goodness. They're so funny. Okay, I'm going to unmute everybody. So have a good week. Have a good Thanksgiving week. And, let's keep talking. Keep the chatter up on our Focus 20. Anything that comes up, any wins, any challenges, anything, pop it up there. I'm also going to take a picture of all of our books at the end of the year and say that we accomplished these books because it'll be our 4th book, I believe, right? What, 1, 2, no. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 4 by the end of the year. And we just started in October, so September. Anyways, all right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I got to go put a turkey in the oven.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.